Hello guys, and welcome to episode 3 of my Armoured Fury campaign in WARNO playing on the PACT side. Previously, we managed to secure the first 3 objectives, which was fantastic. Our opposition opted to retreat, and we've now been chasing them down, particularly the British, which are in a bit of disarray. Especially the 1st Royal Tank Regiment here has been beaten up a lot. The 1st Scots Guards are going to be our next target, so let's start there today. We will likely save the 1st Battalion 61st to chase down the 1st Royal Tank Regiment, because I think they can get further. Yeah, so we'll use the 2nd Battalion to engage the 1st Scots Guards. I think that's the only unit that can move up close enough to engage, so they're going to be on their own. Oh, that's actually going to be a total victory. Okay. Previously I didn't play battles because I was worried about the recon. But in this case, it may be worth just taking it. I think we'll just take the auto resolve here. I'm going to do that. And let's see what we lost. So we lost 1 infantry, 1 tank, and 1 vehicle. They lost a lot of stuff. What did we lose? Did I lose my recon? No, I didn't. Okay, I'm happy with that, honestly. That's perfectly fine. Right, moving on then. We will have the 1st Battalion and 61st chase down the 1st Royal Tank Regiment. I'm a bit worried here that if there's any reinforcements coming in from Hanover, that this unit will get isolated. But it would be a fun battle, I guess, regardless. Okay, if I bring in here, it says it's going to be a draw. Oh, that's because the Queen's Own Hussars can reinforce this battle. So that's the Challenger 2s, Chieftain Mark 11s, and Chieftain Mark 9s. Map looks okay though. If they decide to join, that's fine. We're just going to click Tactical Battle. Okay, interesting. So in the previous campaign, if I were to have done that, I feel like they would have fought it, but it seems like maybe they don't anymore whenever you attack a disorganized unit. Strange. I've definitely had it where a unit will reinforce a disorganized unit to stop it from being killed. But in this case, maybe not. Maybe it was just with the aircraft we had a minor victory or something and they just didn't want to fight it. I won't complain. That's the 1st Battalion of the Royal Tank Regiment destroyed. It's just a bit of a shame we didn't get a fight out of that. Alright, well, moving on. We shall bring up the infantry here. I think I'm going to send this one over towards these tank units. We don't really have any infantry specific units there, any mechanized forces or anything. And then this one can stay in the center. These can all just move up here. Tanks out in front. The MLRS might want to move as well. It will keep that over on the right hand side here. Yes. Okay, that's everything done on the right side. We'll just bring our helicopter over. And these have all moved already. Nothing else to worry about, no reinforcements. That's it. Alright, let's move on to the next turn after checking the casualties. So, for us, we have lost 24 soldiers, 2 artillery, 11 tanks, and 5 support units. And the NATO so far has lost 2 battalions, 682 soldiers, 22 artillery, 96 tanks, and 236 support units. It's quite a lot. That's 8% of their tanks already gone. Pretty good start, I would say. Let's move on. Will we get attacked? Doesn't look like it. In fact, they just retreated more. At Hildesheim, they're still kind of standing on the flag there, so that's fine. It looks like we might be able to take Burgdorf this turn. We might even be able to take Sehend. I don't know how to pronounce that one. I apologize. And then the cell over here, or cellar, where all of the British forces are kind of just hanging out. This is going to be a tough fight for sure. They've got some really scary tanks over there. I think what I'm going to do is we'll start from left to right. So we'll focus on Hildesheim first. And I imagine I can reach and kill the Panzergrenadier Battalion here. Although they will have plenty of reinforcements. A lot of these troops can get quite far up, actually. So I think what we'll do is we'll work from back to front with the units here so that we get the most value out of the action points. We'll start with the furthest back mechanized unit. This is just BMP2s and stuff. Should be fine. We'll put them on the road, and then this Rozvedka battalion can also join in. It's an auxiliary, so that will be handy. I guess technically these could have been my auxiliary, but I may use them to help cover this tank unit that's going to be isolated. Okay, we'll need a tank unit here for sure. Move that up. So that's going to put us in a position where we have tank unit, BMPs, the RDMs. They have decent amount of reinforcements. Bring up artillery. I think both of these are more or less the same in terms of composition. And then we'll bring in some aircraft. There's going to be a draw. I don't know where they're getting 23 from. Because we're covering this with AA. Doesn't quite add up, does it? Because they can't add up all, they can't bring in all of these. They either bring Panzergrenadier Battalion and the Jaeger Battalion, Panzergrenadier Battalion and the Panzer Battalion, and then Pioneers or Auxiliary and Artillery. It's not math in there. Let's have a quick look at the map. Ooh, it's a tough map. It's a tough map. If I attack with a different unit, does it give me a different map? Or is it just random? No, it doesn't give me a different map. Okay, well, we'll just have to make do with Death Row, which is certainly going to be the case in this fight. Oh, this is going to be a real tough battle. Okay, let's tactical battle. Oh, okay, we're being intercepted. Can't see the AA that's doing that. Alright, we're going to have to be careful with our aircraft from now on then. But their interception failed, actually, so we're going to have our aircraft available, and we lost a MiG-23 MLD, which I'm actually not too worried about. I was much more worried that we'd lose a MiG-25. So they're bringing their own aircraft, somehow. Maybe it's a seed unit, so it can ignore my air defense, maybe. That could be the case. Well, yeah, this is going to be a big one. Let's go. So, enemies brought the Panzergrenadier Battalion 22, which is what we attacked, the Panzer Battalion 21, so that's the Leopard 2A1s, Panzer Battalion, the number 1620 Squadron, and the Panzer Artillery Battalion. So that's, I think, the British Air Force coming in to help out. We've got 300 morale, they've got 283. This is going to be a crazy battle. Absolutely crazy battle. I really don't like knife fighting with T-64s in this situation. It's always so rough. Like those leopards are going to chew me up. I'm going to have to be so careful. Okay, well, let's get to it. We'll probably just do plenty of tanks in the middle that can kind of push into this tree line and cover the roads here. And then we'll also want some that can kind of push and cover the ridge. So let's bring in a bunch over here. And those can cover that ridge. So we've got like 12 on that side. Do I push for center? I could maybe unload here and start running up with a bunch of Monostrelki or something. But I think since we have a lot of recon, I should probably just play it safe. We just sit back with some recon units on this right side for now. We contest Boris and Anna. Although I do want to contest center because if I don't, they're going to get really far ahead on conquest score. I'm in a bit of a pickle here. Alright, well, more BMP2s. They're actually really good value. They only cost me 1 point. Unload there, and the Motorozvedka can kind of run around the left side. We'll definitely unload into here, and the Motorozvedka can just run forwards. And we probably want to unload into here. May also be worth just getting a faster transport to go there as well. I actually have Spezvezvedka, let's use those. Spezvezvedka are pretty decent troops. They got that shock trait, they got the RPG-26, so they're going to be much more nasty than a standard Razvedka squad. And then they do cost a little bit more. Yeah, do I want to push anything to center? I don't know, I kind of have to. We could also like invest heavily into artillery. Attack this a bit later on. We'll see how we get going, because contesting Anna and Boris will slow down the game enough that they won't be like too far ahead, I don't think. Yeah, what a map to fight this. Of all the maps, this is like the least open one that I think you probably get in this campaign, it seems, so far. The Agonas are our secret weapon against the leopards, and I'm not really able to use them. Just getting the BTR-60 out of line of sight here. The other good thing about the Spezvezvedka is they're an 8-man squad. Pretty handy. Right, this Spezvezvedka needs to run there, this one needs to run here. We're gonna start moving up on the right. Okay, yeah, look at these leopards just charging down. Interesting. Where are they going? Okay, into the tree line we go. See if I can get the Motorozvedka over there. Same here, where we want to probably stay in position. I can see the Jags, we can engage them at a distance, and that's fine. I've also got to make sure that this leader gets down into the sector. Okay, good hit. Supply on the way already. Again, good hit. The second one didn't hit the mark. Nice, okay. Argona's doing their job. This should bring it down to a +3 for our enemy. And I will want my own artillery, so let's bring that in. We need some counter battery for this battle. So we got 14 minutes to contest center. Don't like the way they charge me like this. That's really sketch. One nice side shot. Oh, come on, BMP2, you gotta do better than that. No, don't fire. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, good hits by the T-64s so far. The reload time there really helping us out a lot. Huge. Alright, you gotta fall back. I knew that this would be a difficult fight, but crikey. The artillery coming in immediately as well. They're just charging at me, this is crazy. I'm not used to the AI doing this, I'm gonna be honest. We'll have to shift as much as we can in this direction. The Leopard 2A1's retreating. We've got these T-64s coming over. Good kill. Okay, these should be on cannon battery. The Leopard's actually routed. But with those guys taken care of, there may actually be a chance for us to get further into this sector. We'll keep one of those there. And more artillery, please, because their artillery is going to become quite oppressive otherwise. Keep the Motorrazvedka on return fire. Okay, 10 minutes to contest that sector, and then we've got ourselves a fight. My poor units on this side just got really run down. The T-64s were holding fantastically well against the Jaguars, though, managing to fire before either of them could get shots on target. I'll bring in a BRM. It's going to be important. And we're going to need some infantry here that can push up this right side. We'll have to move that artillery piece, get them fixed up. Actually moved round the left side there. Good kills against enemy artillery again. More counter battery, please. I'm not too concerned about losing these Motorrazvedka because we have an entire recon unit here, so we can be more liberal with recon in this one. More BMP2s. Got the BRM coming up. As we push up, I'm going to have to really concentrate on making sure we don't lose anything unnecessarily. Put these into cover.
Молодец, наводчик. Понял. Меняю позицию. Отбой.
I want them in cover on the left because enemy artillery will just target them if they're out in the open. Move up my RPG 26 infantry here, the Casualty. Had infantry in this position before, and when they start coming down the road, if they start coming down the road, we can get good ambushes on them. Although we will be engaging at a distance with the BBs, probably regardless. Need to pick the right leader for this. I think a tank leader should be fine if I can. P64 BK there. Probably a good idea. That artillery. Pretty rough.
Война войной, а обед по дороге будет намного быстрее. Так точно, товарищ командир. Я броня, цель обнаружена. Болванка в танк ударила! Боеприпасов не осталось! Готов! Давай быстрее, пока нас не заметили!
Hoping these BMPs can help kill that quickly. Good. Ostrowski can get in the tree line. And if they can make it there, then we can get some more. Pioneer in there. Cheeky. Right in the side armor. Like, even with all this recon around, apparently I didn't see that. Like, the much Casualty there give me a bit of a false sense of security about that tree line. Try and get out of line of sight there, Mr. Casualty. That sucks. A proper fight. I like it. And I was really hoping I could take that. Reload my Monostraki with it. Maybe a tank leader isn't the play here. It might be just an infantry leader that can sit in the corner. And let that BMP fall back. These two probably should fall back as well. I'm going to get some more artillery that I can just use for targeting units like this, like the Panzergrenadier. Also going to start moving up some MTLB supply here to resupply the RPGs. Ooh, okay. Got a nasty counter battery. Like we've lost a couple of Akatsu's now. Enemy infantry is standing in our way a little here. Capturing this.
Жду новых указаний. Танки грязи не боятся. По местам. Молодец. Всем залечь. Движение на горизонте. Готовы вдарить, товарищ. Корректируй огонь. По дороге побыстрее. Добавим огневой мощи.
Just moving those because they're already being targeted.
Всем залечь. Движение на горизонте. Громко и четко. Хорошо горит. Быстрее.
Haven't seen any aircraft yet, which is interesting.
Молодец, молодчик.
We've managed to get the leader in, that's important.
Товарищ командир.
And I think what I need now is a few more tanks here. Because that is a lot of Fuchsmalans.
Одним империалистом меньше. Может, чайку? Быстрей! Заводи мотор, мы едем. За родину! Отделение, стой! Так держать, бойцы! Нас заметили! Мы в огневом мешке! Понял!
These pioneers are pretty good at close range. We're outnumbered. Special Helvetica might go down there.
Так им!
Unfortunate.
У нас потери! Громко и четко! Молодец, наводчик! К бою готов! Хорошо горит!
Well, that artillery was hitting them on a strike. I thought it was going for the
Отделение, стой!
leader.
Хорошее место для штаба. Приготовиться к бою. Война войной, а обед по расписанию. Я броня. Цель обнаружена. По нам ведут сильный огонь.
A lovely, lovely target there.
Давно хотел посетить там страну. Самый легкий путь уже заминирован.
We'll do a sniper on the ridge, actually.
Наводчик. Проверка связи. Прием.
I guess in range would be good. I would like to capture these more often.
Броня на связи.
Got all my artillery. Can just start smashing these to bits. One of the T-64 BVs got taken out. I was at the Pioneer again. I had the recon there. How did that happen? Unless it was like the M48 coming out as well that hit it.
Впереди противник. Нам поворачивать?
A nice artillery should clean up a lot of those annoying units. And we'll make sure to move afterwards. These can all just group up over here. Oh, I didn't lose a Nakatsuya on that side, I only lost one in the mid, so that's okay.
По нам работают! Новый рейс? Тормози, мы здесь подождем. Всем залечь!
Bringing more supply on that side. So far so good though, I would say. Yes, we're losing a few tanks here and there, but they're losing a lot more than I am, so I am happy about it. That unloaded before he moves in.
Точно, товарищ командир! Мы поворот не пропустим. Я ранен. Красная армия всех сильней. Заводи мотор, мы едем. Второй взвод готов. Сделаем, товарищ командир. Боекомплекта больше нет!
Be 2 artillery pieces there.
К рейсу готов, товарищ командир.
Really like how the arc of fire is
У нас
like a
потери.
bit
Я броня. Цель обнаружена.
more seemingly realistic now
Хорошо горит.
at range. It's pretty cool. Oh, lovely. We must have killed a lot of their artillery by now, surely.
Броня на связи. Меняю огневую позицию. Я броня. Цель обнаружена.
These ones on the front can stay where they are.
Заводи мотор. Мы едем. Вы поворот не пропустили? Хорошо горит. К кузову не подходить. Орудие готово, командир. Я броня. Бегом за родину.
Up the NTLB.
Разговорчики в строю. Приготовиться к бою.
Gonna turn off the rockets here. Maybe we can capture that.
Тишина в эфире. Алфкейт. Отделение, стой. Я броня. Цель обнаружена.
Okay, finish off the avocado. That'd be nice.
Взвод построен и ждет приказов.
How am I gonna get more kills here?
Всем залечь. Проверить, хватит сидеть. Вам что, заняться нечем?
I need to be able to move forward somehow.
Проверка связи. Прием.
Get the monsters to start moving up a little bit. We've got some T-64 BBs ready and waiting. And bring up some more.
Красная армия всех сильней. У нас
Just make sure we get these
шире шаг.
shots on target.
Царица полей слушает. Слушаю, товарищ командир. Отделение, стой.
And I think I'll also reinforce this right side.
Я ранен. Так держать, бойцы. Оружие на изготовку. Короткими перемещениями. Не отставать. Царица полей слушает. Готов.
RPGs working overtime.
Бегом марш.
Keep running, Motostraki. Artillery's coming.
Движение на горизонте.
Oh no.
Хорошо горит. Готовы вдарить, товарищ командир. Выполнение выложенных лет отделения. Стой. За родину. Я броня. Цель
Yeah, a lot of these Motostraki are getting cut down. Do I have anything better that could be used to engage this here? I ideally don't want to use my recon infantry, even though like, the special are probably better at these close range engagements. I don't want to use them
У нас потери.
in this situation. It really just comes down to the Monostraki.
Разговорчики в строю. Да, я броня. Что там? Торможу. Так держать, бойцы. Отпадатели. Так и не понял, что это было. Пулей туда. Достанем их из-под земли. Так, экипаж танка к бою готов.
And that Motorized has gone a little too far.
Оружие на изготовку. К бою готов. Достанем их из-под земли. Жми назад. К бою готов. Крейсанки грязи не боятся.
Oh, artillery is being hit again.
Всем залечь. Готовы вдарить, товарищ командир. Враг перебит. Караул в ружье. Выполнение боевой задачи готов. Жду. Огонь по готовности.
Yeah, that right side is tough with the Monoshraki. I may want to get to a point where I can get a leader in on the left side instead. We do have the T-64 BK here.
Оружие на изготовку. Я броня. Цель обнаружена. В вашем распоряжении. Нас накрыли! Корректируй огонь.
Make sure we're repairing any of these damaged artillery pieces, because that is becoming a bit of a problem.
Хорошо, гори. По местам. Начать движение. О контактах докладывать. Молодец, наводчик. Жду новых указаний. Быстрее! Нужно оказаться там. Хорошо, гори. Выдвигаемся к цели. Громко и четко. Всем залить. Выполнение боевой задачи готов.
Try and get those MTLPs out of there if I can.
Начал. По вашему приказу взвод построен. Отделение, стой. Боекомплекта больше нет.
A part of me really just wants to push straight through the middle of the map.
Оказаться там первыми. Я броня. Цель обнаружена. Хорошо горит.
We've taken down half morale.
Жду новых указаний.
Slowly but surely working my way forwards. I just want to get this T-64 BV into the corner of this sector. Probably with another Euro.
Проверка связи. Ищем цель. Огонь по готовности. Хорошо. Вперед! Проверка связи. Прием. Я броня. Цель обнаружена. Выполнение боевого задания. У нас потери.
Oh, okay. I'm just bumping into a hidden cache of tanks there. Just smash that with some artillery. I think we can probably take out the ones back here as well, which I saw briefly. Let's just move back a little bit. And take out some tanks with the artillery would be nice. Yeah, back there. That T-64 just got popped straight away by the 2A1 at close range. This is why I didn't want to have the leopards on this side, because I knew that that would probably happen. That leopard 2A1 is causing problems. Good kill. I don't want to get flanked too hard here. I want to keep that Ural alive. I thought with the recon right here, like the BRM, that we'd be able to see a bit more than we can. I do also have the MiG-25 RPFs that I could be using throughout this battle, but I don't know if I want to commit them because we don't know what the enemy has.
Боекомплекта больше нет! Вперед! Ищем цели! Броня на связи! Прямое попадание! В этот раз дойдем до Ла-Манша. Торможу! Достанем их из-под земли!
Good kills, good kills.
Противник, приготовиться к
We lost the Monostroke there on its own.
Проверка связи!
And this Montage Vodka has made it quite far up, which is nice. We're a little bit blind here.
Боекомплекта больше нет! У новых указаний! Нас заметили!
Don't really want to be engaging that avocado.
Давай быстрее, пока нас не заметили! Громко и четко! Я броня! Цель обнаружена! По
Let's get
местам!
these Monostroke to move up.
Взять! Корректируй огонь! Взвод построен и ждет приказов. Война, война! Да, командир!
Euro can leave. This one can leave.
Я броня! Цель обнаружена!
I don't want to keep these empty transports nearby this artillery because they're very likely to just die to the counter battery.
Артиллерия ждет приказа. Жду новых короткими перебежками. Стой! Сперва нужно
We'll let the
осмотреться.
Monostroke go first, and I'll move up the sniper. Because if the sniper bumps into anything at that range, it's just gonna die so easily.
Молодец, наводчик! По местам! Движение на горизонте! Достанем их из-под земли! Transportkommando bereit! Wir sind doch keine First-Line-Units!
Let's get the Unimog together.
Вы поворот не пропустили?
Seems like I may also need a bit of an infantry screen for this to 64.
Движение на горизонте! Разведвзвод в вашем распоряжении! Хорошо горит! Выше нас, быстрей, поехали! Стой! Сперва нужно осмотреться! Я броня! Цель обнаружена!
Okay, good kills.
Wir bewegen alles! К кузову не подходить!
Supply here is just being used up so fast.
Хорошо горит! Экипаж танка к бою готов! Враг впереди! Караул в ружье! Выше нас только звезды! Выдвигаемся к цели! К бою готов! Двигаемся скрытно! По местам! Я броня! Цель
Okay,
обнаружена!
Mr. Sniper can follow the Monostroke forwards. They've made a lot of progress.
Проверка связи. Прием. Громко и четко. Орудие готово, командир. Ich kann die Kugeln an mir vorbeiziehen. Ausgeführt. Ende. Движение на горизонте.
The Unimog that we keep capturing here. Try and save that one.
Приготовиться к бою. Готовы вдарить, товарищ командир. Корректируй огонь.
Putting that on hold fire because I don't want that to move. If there's more tanks there, we want to hit that with artillery.
Впереди противник. Нам поворачивать?
Well, like there's a bunch of them there as well.
Мехвод, к ориентиру вперед! Добавим огневой мощи. Заряжен. Бою готов! Обнаружен противник. Приготовиться к бою. Еще один.
Big hits.
Выше нас только звезды. Цель поражена.
Well, that artillery was so on point. It was all parked up in the... Look at that. They're all parked up in the town. Got annihilated.
Значит победить. Давай быстрее, пока нас не заметили. Добавим огневой мощи. Враг бегает. Караул в ружье.
Oh, we've even managed to capture that. That's huge.
Новых указаний. Вперед! Огонь с коротких! Жду новых указаний. Я броня. Цель обнаружена. Болванка в танк ударила! Хорошо горит. Молодец, наводчик.
Very nice.
Бой готов. Склонение 10 градусов. Огонь! Я броня. Цель обнаружена. Красная армия всех сильней.
Could use some of this supply
Заводи мотор. Мы едем.
over here.
Царица полей слушает.
We get given some by the enemy. Oh, what a fight so far. Yeah, I feel like I maybe could have done a little better on our losses.
Слушаю,
But
товарищ командир. Я броня. Цель обнаружена. Цель
there's not
поражена.
really anything I can do about it now. The initial engagement was really rough for us. Really rough, like when they ran us down on this right side.
Боекомплекта больше нет. Товарищ
We're never going to have enough to cover all angles, and that is just a really unlucky kill.
самый легкий путь.
Because my BRM just wasn't far enough forwards to actually spot anything. It's like I had it in the right position, but
Цели.
it's annoying.
Да, товарищ командир. Жду новых указаний.
Just wasn't far enough forwards.
Я ранен. Второй. Я броня. Цель обнаружена. Так.
Another one there. We will have taken out a lot of these units, like ATGMs and other annoying things.
Я ранен. Готовы вдарить, товарищ командир. Артиллерия ждет приказа. Хорошо горит. Жду приказа. День твой последний приходит. Буржуй.
It's not like we don't have much reinforcement on this left side of the campaign map.
Всем залет. Жду ваших указаний. Хорошо горит. Жду ваших указаний.
Oh, the 3 Monostroke just got bopped by 1 artillery piece. You're kidding me. To move them after they fired, I guess.
Обнаружено. Удивить. Значит, победить. По местам.
What I'm going to try and do is move up a bit here on the right with the Monostroke. See if we can get into a bit of a better position there, a little bit further forwards.
Я броня. Цель обнаружена.
I'll also be able to do the same here if we like
Ищем цель.
push forwards with some of these T-64s across the open now.
По нам ведут сильный огонь.
That's not a good engagement.
Жду ваших указаний.
It's the Monostroke feeling suicidal.
День твой последний приходит. Буржуй. Нормальные герои всегда идут в обход. Я броня. Цель обнаружена.
Still got to worry about those units on the flank that keep popping up.
Молодец. Проверка связи. Прием. Быстрей, поехали. Жду новых указаний. Хорошо горит. На связи. Вперед! Ищем цели.
kind of wondering how many more tanks they have.
Вперед! Огонь с коротких! Движение на горизонте! Второй взвод готов. Второй взвод. Выдвигаемся.
A lot of scary HGMs flying around the place.
Даем назад. Аккуратно.
As we push up there, it's going to be another Milan and maybe another Milan on that side as well.
Экипаж танка к бою готов. Быстрее! Нужно оказаться там первыми! Treibstoff, Ersatzteile, Munition. Alles, was Sie brauchen.
13 more kills to go. That will be fed. A couple of tanks here, and also feed our own. Surprised I got the shot through the smoke if the Jag didn't. Okay, I guess I've got plenty of tanks left. That's not the question answered. Two T-64 BVs right at the end. That really sucks. Where are they all going?
Проверка связи. Прием. Так им. Еще бы чуть-чуть. Жду новых указаний. Я броня. Цель обнаружена. Молодец, наводчик.
Kill ourselves like a flag house or something.
Задним ходом, товарищ командир.
No, don't do that.
Торможу. Открыть огонь. Жду ваших указаний. Сдаем. Еще бы чуть-чуть.
I'll take a leopard as the last kill, actually. There we go. Alright, well, that was painful. But we got there. 41 minutes, 13 seconds, 286 kills, 62 losses is a major victory. God, what a fight. What a fight. That map is horrific for this kind of engagement. It really is. I guess there's a world where I can almost solely rely on infantry and not bring in barely any tanks and take it maybe even slower and run with just artillery, but that would just take forever. Really solid fight against the Leopards, and while we did lose quite a lot of T-64s, I think it was worth it. That's sort of like the initial opener into Hildesheim, and that Panzer Battalion is just absolutely destroyed. So, a good first fight, but we got more to go. Plenty more to go, to be honest. There's a lot more tanks that can run into this, and that's going to be a very fun fight. Well, hopefully you guys are looking forward to that, because unfortunately it's been my time. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one. Goodbye.